Peeing up.
All-time greatest ice cream flavor.
A pick that a lot of people probably won't agree with, but coffee. That's my favorite. Oh, you're supposed to help me out. Be the backboard.
Whenever Caitlin Clark shares something online, people pay attention. But this time, the reaction came faster and hit harder than usual. Her short video titled Reacting to TikToks was barely a minute long, yet it spread across the internet almost instantly. What made it different wasn't the length or the format, it was the energy around it. Within moments, fans were sharing, reacting, and breaking it down like it was a major event. It felt less like a simple post and more like a moment that pulled everyone in at once. The kind of moment that reminds you just how much influence she carries right now.
Oh, I think I've seen these on TikTok.
Okay.
Obviously, I watch too much TikTok. I'm Caitlin Clark, and today I'm rating trending crossovers. I mean, you can take my advice. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but let's do it.
This wasn't a highlight reel or some polished production. It was just Clark sitting casually, scrolling through TikTok on her phone and reacting in real time. No branding, no dramatic edits, just her being herself, and somehow that simplicity made it stand out even more. In a world full of overproduced content, this felt genuine and unfiltered. It connected in a way that expensive, heavily edited videos often don't. Fans weren't watching a performance, they were watching a real person in a real moment.
Gorpcore. What a fun word. Gorpcore.
Yeah.
Gorpcore. These people at least make it look good. More than anything, it just looks incredibly comfy. I like the fuzzy, like comfy sweatshirts. Gorpcore, I would say hit. Like I would wear this.
She moved through fan-made TikToks, jokes about her deep shooting range, chaotic edits, and non-stop memes about her rising popularity. The content itself wasn't surprising. It's what you'd expect from a player constantly trending. But what caught everyone off guard was how natural her reactions were. Nothing felt rehearsed or exaggerated. It was subtle, but powerful. The kind of authenticity that instantly makes people feel closer to someone they usually only see in a competitive setting.
Have you done this before?
I have done this before.
And?
I'm definitely more of a hot tub girl, as probably are a lot of people. A contrast is good. You're supposed to finish in the cold tub, but usually finish in a hot tub. Nobody likes to be freezing when they're done, so I'll say it's a hit.
Fans quickly picked apart every small detail. A smirk at a parody clip instantly reposted. A pause during a joke about her constant media presence slowed down and analyzed frame by frame. Even the smallest laugh sparked conversations. People pointed out how rare it is to see her that relaxed on camera. It turned into a real-time wave of reactions, with fans appreciating a version of Clark they don't often get to see. For once, she wasn't in game mode. She was just present, comfortable, and completely at ease.
I actually don't mind cottage cheese, but I don't think it belongs in everything. Make the brownie with sugar and flour. So I think this is a miss. Like, just make the food how it's supposed to be made.
You can reveal it whenever you are ready.
I think it's a pickle, like, with like a bunch of sour candy on the inside. I mean, it just doesn't even smell good, if I'm being honest. Yeah, like, I'm not trying that.
Made the moment stand out. It offered a glimpse of Clark beyond the headlines and highlight reels. No pressure, no expectations, just her being herself. In most cases, athletes are trained to stay polished and careful online. Every word, every reaction is usually controlled, but here, there was none of that. She wasn't performing or trying to shape how she was perceived, and because of that, the moment felt more meaningful than any scripted interview could.
Score it.
So I'm gonna say a miss, but
I trust your opinion. Miss.
Well, thanks for that.
Absolute miss.
The video also revealed a lighter, more playful side of her personality. She didn't just watch trends, she engaged with them. From beat challenges to fun interactions, she leaned into the moment and let herself enjoy it. It wasn't forced or overly energetic, it felt effortless. That balance made it even more appealing. She wasn't trying to entertain, she just naturally did.
Woo! I got the last one, maybe.
Nice.
Bad rhythm, but it still counts.
Caitlin Clark, are you ready to play the Hoop Run Challenge?
We're gonna find out. Oh boy. Hoop, 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 hoop. Hoop, 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 scoop. Hoop, scoop, 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 hoop, hoop, boop. Oh, scoop, no! It's the third slide is the hardest.
During parts of the video, she even multitasked, casually attempting shots while answering questions. talking, laughing, and playing all at once. It added another layer to the experience. It didn't feel structured or planned. It felt like something happening in real time. Moments like that made the video feel alive, not staged, not rehearsed, just spontaneous and fun.
Let's go. You made it. So all-time greatest vacation spot.
Ooh, Cabo. Actually, Croatia. That's my favorite I've ever been to. Okay, easing up.
The combination of conversation, trends, and playful moments gave the video a unique rhythm. It felt energetic without trying too hard. You could tell she was genuinely enjoying herself, and that feeling carried through every second. That kind of energy is hard to fake, and even harder to ignore. It also tied into her larger presence. Without feeling like part of a campaign, despite her long history with ads and sponsorships, this felt completely separate from that world. She blended lighthearted trends with casual conversation, even incorporating playful shots during the video. The result was something that felt natural, engaging, and easy to watch. Fans saw a version of Clark they recognize, but in a more relaxed and personal way. Not just the competitor, but the person behind it all. It proved that athletes don't always need to be guarded or perfectly polished to connect with people. Sometimes the simplest moments say the most.
Fish, swish, swish, fish, fish, swish, knish. Hey. Fish, knish, 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 fish, swish, fish, swish. No! I'm done.
10, and maybe that's the biggest takeaway from all of this. Not just the video itself, but what it represents. Because moments like this don't just go viral by accident. They resonate because they reveal something people don't always get to see. In a sports world that is constantly structured, scheduled, and carefully managed, authenticity has become rare. Athletes are expected to perform not only on the court, but off it as well. Every appearance, every post, every interaction is often filtered through layers of branding, media expectations, and public perception. And while that level of control makes sense, it can sometimes create distance between athletes and the people who support them. This video did the opposite. It closed that distance in a way that felt effortless. There was no attempt to impress, no effort to create a perfect image. Instead, it showed something far more powerful, a moment where nothing was being controlled and everything was simply unfolding as it happened. That's what people responded to. It wasn't about the TikToks themselves. It wasn't about the jokes or the edits or even the reactions in isolation. It was about the feeling that for a brief moment, viewers were seeing Clark as she actually is when the spotlight isn't fully directed at her. And that kind of connection matters more than ever, because right now, Caitlin Clark isn't just another player in the league. She's part of a larger shift happening in women's basketball. The attention is bigger, the audience is growing. The expectations are rising. Every move she makes is watched, discussed, and often amplified far beyond what most athletes experience. With that level of attention comes pressure, and with that pressure comes the risk of becoming distant, guarded, or overly polished in ways that can make even the most talented players feel less relatable. But this moment showed something different. It showed that even in the middle of all that attention, there's still space for genuine, unscripted interaction. It showed that she hasn't lost that connection. If anything, it strengthened it. Men's don't just want to watch great performances anymore. They want to understand the people behind those performances. They want to feel like they're seeing something real, not something curated. And when they do, they respond immediately. That's why this video spread so quickly. Not because it was dramatic or groundbreaking, but because it felt honest. It didn't try to be more than it was. And in doing so, it became more impactful than anyone probably expected. It also highlights something important about where sports content is heading. The traditional model, high production, controlled messaging, carefully planned releases is starting to shift. There's still value in that, of course. But alongside it, there's a growing demand for content that feels raw, immediate, and personal. Content that doesn't feel like content at all. And athletes who understand that balance, who can move between polished professionalism and natural authenticity, are the ones who stand out the most. Clark showed that balance here. She didn't abandon her image or step outside of who she is. She simply allowed a different side of herself to be visible, a side that doesn't always show up in interviews, press conferences, or game highlights. And that's what made it memorable, because long after the video itself fades from trending pages and timelines, the impression it left behind will still matter. It added another layer to how people see her, not just as a player, but as a person. And in a time where attention is constant but connection is rare, that might be the most valuable thing of all. So while it may have looked like just a short, casual clip on the surface, it carried something deeper underneath. A reminder that sometimes the most impactful moments aren't the biggest ones, they're the real ones, and this was one of them.